Hi, I'm Maddy Liciocci, a special education advisor for Be the Change volunteers, and today I get to be the host of Changer Chats. We are here in Puerto Rico with our friend and changer, Marisol Perez. Marisol has taken us to 6 BTCV Partner Schools to see the projects BTCV has completed, assess accessibility within the school grounds, visit special education classrooms, and interview teachers and principals to learn more about their special education programs. We have 3 main goals for the BTCV SPED initiative that we are trying to achieve. The first goal is visiting each of our BTCV SPED partner schools to assess special education infrastructure needs, as well as have an understanding of what special education services are being provided in each school and what level of inclusion is being implemented. Our second goal is to meet with teachers and staff to hear what current needs are within their schools and classrooms. This will help us to determine needs for projects in the future and guide the BTCV SPED committee in the right direction. Our third goal is to discuss vocational programming. There is a lot of research that supports students with disabilities learning and practicing pre-employment skills in order to become employed one day. We are working with our partner schools to develop a vocational programming within their school that is meaningful to them and their community, as well as sustainable. Marisol, thank you so much for joining me today for Changer Chats.
Thank you, Maddy, for having me.
I would love if you could start by introducing yourself and telling us how you became involved with Be the Change.
So, like you said, my name is Marisol Perez, and I'm a social worker in Domingo Pietri School elementary level. We received services from Be the Change volunteers after Hurricane Maria, and after that we have received services and projects from BTCV for 3 years. After receiving so much from this organization, I felt compelled to also give back. So I started by joining BTCV in the projects they do in Puerto Rico, and I was after that invited to also join them in international projects. I did went to Peru twice, joining the team and serving a very special community also.
Amazing. Well, we're so glad to have you with Be the Change, and we're so glad to have you this week taking us around to the 6 BTCV partner schools in Puerto Rico.
My pleasure.
Could you give us an overview of what special education looks like in Puerto Rico?
Well, special education program is a very important services in our schools in Puerto Rico. For some schools, you would see different offerings for the special education students. All of our schools have resource classrooms for those students that have learning disabilities. Some of our schools, depending on the severity of the students' conditions, would have other offerings like Ruta Uno for students that need a smaller classroom but can be promoted by grade, Ruta Dos and Ruta Tres that would give services to students that have more severe or more significant limitations that can also achieve learning in a different way.
Awesome. It sounds very similar to services provided in the United States.
Actually, our program, it resembles a lot of the offerings that the U.S. offer through the special education program. Most of our funds do come from federal funding, so it's very similar, I'll say.
Do the schools provide speech therapy, occupational therapy? Do they have school psychologists within the buildings?
As part of the services that the special education program does provide, some schools have habilitated places within the school so that the contractors that offer those therapies can come in and offer those services on site. On the other hand, we have some schools also that don't provide that service, so the students have to be taken out of school and be given those therapies outside of it.
Okay. What do you think are the biggest challenges within special education in Puerto Rico today?
Well, we do have a lot of challenges, but I would say that we have seen an increase of the number of students that present special education needs. So we're getting a lot of more students. Sometimes we don't have enough teachers. Sometimes we don't have enough therapists for them. Sometimes our teachers are a little bit overworked because they receive so many students that they need to provide for, not only giving them their classes and the accommodations that they need, but also doing a lot of paperwork that takes a lot of time.
Definitely.
And sometimes for them it's difficult to comply with everything. So we've seen also an increase in students with autism. That's a very significant point that we have been hearing over and over in all the schools that we've visited, but not also the schools that BTCV have served. This is something that we have been in the school community in Puerto Rico been discussing, that increase, and we're a little worried about it and how that we can better serve these kids and their needs.
Definitely. What do you believe are some positive aspects within special education right now?
We do have a lot of positive aspects.
Yes, we have learned that this week.
Yes, and we're so happy to share them because we have found out something that we already knew and that we can share now with you, that we have wonderful special education teachers, that their commitment with their students, their program, and their services are very outstanding, that they give their 100% to better serve those kids. We have found also a lot of school principals very committed with the program and very sensitive to what the students with special needs are. Also, the regular teachers, most of them are very embracing about having the special education students in their classrooms and provide for their accommodations and in every way possible help them to achieve their goals as students. So that is something that we are very proud of.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more. We've seen some fantastic teachers while being in Puerto Rico and some amazing leadership from principals.
Totally, I totally agree.
Marisol is such an amazing partner for Be the Change, and she has been inspired by working alongside us. Marisol has also inspired me because she has chosen to make Be the Change a part of her everyday life by creating a club at her school. Be the Change Kids. Marisol, I would love if you could share your story about how you decided to create your club, Be the Change Kids.
Oh my God. Speaking about Be the Change Kids make me very emotional. I am very proud of those kids. As a matter of fact, after the second project that BTCV developed in my school, I was invited to join them in a project to El Chino, Peru. That experience totally changed my life forever. El Chino is a very deserving and special community, and their families are such hard workers. Seeing those kids working alongside the volunteers and their families to achieve, to build their classrooms, their school, seeing that sense of empowerment and belonging was such an inspiration for me. So when I came back, I tried to resemble that with my kids. Also, among the group that we were serving in that opportunity in El Chino, I also saw, and I say this very respectfully, I also saw a lot of gray hair. So I thought to myself, we need to teach the next generation, the values of serving, of empathy, of responsibility, of love for your neighbor, and the empowerment to make the changes that you want to see happen. So when I came back, I thought to myself, I need to pass this legacy to these kids. They need to really learn how good it is to be part of such a beautiful movement like BTCV is. And I started with 20 kids at the time and 12 parents. So we also have the Be the Change Parents Club. It's been 3 years now, and every year we get new kids. Some of them get promoted to the 6th grade, and we go back and recruit new students. But every single one of them has been so enthusiastic and so committed to everything that Be the Change Kids and Be the Change Parent does, that we have inserted them in every way possible to make the change that we want to see in our school community.
Amazing. Marisol, you are truly amazing. Thank you for all that you've done for us this week, and for Be the Change, and for creating Be the Change Kids. It's an inspiration for all of us, and I know that you are inspiring your kids every single day to go out and be the change in the world.
I am the one who feels grateful to Be the Change volunteers, first of all, for coming to Puerto Rico after such a big disaster that we all suffer in Hurricane Maria, and still coming back every year, identifying a new school or a new partner, or keeping up the good work with the schools that we already have served, and be such an inspiration to me, to my students, to my community, and giving so much. We are the ones who are eternally grateful to you guys.
Well, you're a rockstar community partner, and we're so grateful to have you as a changer. So thank you so much, and thank you for doing Changer Chats with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in for Changer Chats today to learn more about Puerto Rico, BTCV SPED, and the amazing Marisol Perez.